Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the sports segment here on Midday Live. My name is Juliet Bewa. We start with the CHAN tournament where Ghana coach Maxwell Konadu is optimistic about Ghana's chances for the CHAN title in South Africa as the Black Stars prepare to face against Congo-Brazzaville in Bloemfontein later this afternoon. The local Black Stars of Ghana failed to impress at the last CHAN tournament and are bent on making amends in South Africa.
Your quest for a first African Nations Championship title against debutants Congo-Brazzaville. Ghana had a free pass to the finals after their opponents for the qualifiers Benin withdrew, but they keep themselves busy with high-profile friendly matches. Head coach Maxwell Konadu, who is second in command at the senior national team, steered the team to win the 2013 WAFU Nations Cup on home soil. Kunadu's squad include 5 players who have been featured in the 2 previous CHAN tournaments, as well as 3 top scorers from the Premier League. Konadu is counting on Seydou Bansi, Sule Mohamed and Samuel Afo to reproduce their domestic form on the international stage. But Ghana's opponents will not be pushovers as they qualified from Central Zone by defeating 2009 winners DR Congo.
Okay, so this afternoon the local Black Stars will be in action against Congo, and we cross over to South African Bloemfontein where Michael Otieje is standing by. Michael, if you can hear me, thanks so much for your time.
Yeah, I can hear you, Juliet.
Okay, my first question to you is what
to eventually win against Mozambique and some cracking goals in that game as well. And then later on, Mali, I thought did really well to beat Nigeria by 2-1, even though the Nigerians can't look back on some really poor defending for that. And then we saw how Uganda took Burkina Faso apart yesterday. The other game ending goalless involving Morocco. Today there are 2 games. Ghana will play against Congo. And then later on in the evening, it will be Ethiopia up against Libya. Ethiopia who lit up the Nations Cup so well in the same country a year ago with their colorful fans, would attempt to do well in the Championship of African Nations. So the opening 2 days have been good. I have a feeling with a lineup of games coming up today that it will be as lively.
Okay, but I'm talking about patronage in South Africa. I know their PSL is ongoing, and how are people receiving it? Talking about the stadiums, are people going to the stadiums to watch the games?
Well, I would imagine we have seen with the opening game in Cape Town that it wasn't exactly a full house. You know, it's a Championship of African Nations, let's be honest. The tournament still at the early stages. I always say that when you go to a tournament, one of the early indicators of how popular the tournament is will be, you know, whether your ordinary taxi driver has a clue how much presence of it is there in the city, and compared to what I saw of the Nations Cup and what I saw of the World Cup in the same country, this tournament is low on the priority. Of course, the PSL is going on, but because FIFA has kind of upgraded this tournament to an international status, it's meant that there is a lot of attention on it. Everybody knows that you lose there at 60 FIFA rankings. And there's a lot of local attention also because the top South African clubs, despite the fact that the PSL is going on, have released their top players. So you realize that between Ellen Kune, Bernard Parker, a lot of those players are regulars for the senior Bafana side who have been released by the big clubs here to play in the tournament. And that certainly has given it a lot of profile and attention.
Okay, so before I let you go, what is new in the local Black Stars camp? I know Kwesi Appiah is there to watch the games.
Yeah, he will be here to see the game. Nothing new really. You know, I saw them train yesterday. They understand that with the national team coach watching, also based on what happened in 2009 before the 2010 World Cup, that this may not be as much about winning as it may be about forcing their way into the thinking of the Black Stars coach. And I have a feeling that it may be the biggest single motivating factor for any of the players today. That they know that if they play well at this tournament, they put themselves in with a good chance of making the Black Stars eventually. But Coach Maxwell Konadu is confident that they can get all 3 points against Congo, because if they don't start well, then we could be talking about another poor performance all over again as happened in Sudan 2 years ago.
Okay, Michael, thank you so much for your time. We'll be monitoring proceedings. I've been speaking to Michael Otieje, who is bringing us up to speed with whatever is happening in the local Black Stars camp in South Africa as they take on Congo this afternoon. And Ghana international Emmanuel Clottey has had his contract with UAE top flight side Al Dhafra terminated just after 6 months at the club. The contract termination is the latest setback in the career of the 26-year-old who was farmed out on a season-long deal at the beginning of the season by Tunisian side Esperance. Okay, from one termination to a transfer news, and Ghana midfielder Derek Boateng will leave English Premier League side Fulham to join Watford on loan before the closure of January transfer window. The 30-year-old has completed just 155 minutes of action for Fulham since the start of the season and wants to improve his start to stand any chance of making the Ghana squad for the 2014 World Cup. Fulham manager Rennie is ready to allow the former Ghana Getafe midfielder leave the club on loan. It's going to be huge in Switzerland this evening, as Messi will be in Zurich this evening together with Ronaldo and also Ribéry for the 2013 FIFA Ballon d'Or.